Oh boy, I definitely have to talk this one out. Oh, I'm sitting here trying to think, what is it? What do I love to do? There has to be something that can sync up here and excite me and delight me again. And it's like I realized that I got so used to solving problems, like listening to people and helping them and whatever, from my own personal development, my own understanding of things, and offering my 2 cents and whatnot, and that it's like that's just what I've gotten so familiar with. And I was like, oh God, is that it? It's like I'm always just solving problems. Like, but what do I love to do? Like, is that it? Right? Like, and I just thought about all the things I get into and all the courses that interest me that I get into, but all of them, no, really, I think like all of them, I'm trying to think of anything, but no, I think all of them were in an attempt to solve a problem, right? Like, help me feel better, help me to uncover all this stuff, help me figure this out, figure that out, trying all the different techniques and practices. And do you know what I'm saying? It's like, it probably all could fall under the umbrella of healing or self-help or that kind of thing. But what I'm trying to get at and what I'm trying to see is I think, like, I don't know that any of it necessarily interest me as much as it was needed, right? It was like, I know I don't feel good. I know I'm not my best self and I need to figure this out. And, seeing every doctor, practitioner, therapist, guru, you name it. And it's like, nobody? I guess I'm going to have to roll up my sleeves and get in here. And it's like sad, isn't it? It's like, really? There's nothing that interests me? It's like I've never had time to discover what interests me. And it's almost like I've made it habitual just doing things. I mean, there are always things to better me. But again, because I don't feel good, right? Like I don't know that there's anything that I've ever learned or studied or cultivated out of pure enjoyment, right? Like I'm just trying to think, even things that I've gotten into, like even paddleboarding or like just learning how to do different things. I think they were more like, oh, that looks like fun, let me try it. Do you know what I mean? And so I like it, I have fun with it, but do I love it? Am I good at any of that? There's nothing that is like so exciting for me. It's more like when your kid is like discovering themselves and you let them try all the things that interest them, but they don't know what they're going to love. They don't know whatever. They might even do it because all their friends are doing it, so they try it out. That's what it has felt like. And it's just now dawning on me that a lot of the things I have picked have not been necessarily oh, that's exciting, let me try it. It's more like, oh my God, let me dive into this and see if it'll help me, right? Heal me, quote, fix me, this kind of thing. I mean, everything, nutrition, everything, but it was all based on that, like adding to knowing it all is part of the equation. Like I was just, thinking of the millions of jobs and opportunities out there, of things that people go into that they really love, right? And the things that I kept jumping to were the things that I maybe knew or I'm familiar with because, again, that's just like the arena I'm familiar with because that's what I've been doing for so long. But has it been out of pure choice or enjoyment? I thought so, because after a while, again, it's so habitual, and I do enjoy learning about it, but I enjoy learning about it because it's like in the hopes that it's contributing to my mental, physical, emotional health. You know what I mean? Like it's, and then when you feel better with all that, you do feel better. And so, all of that's beautiful and wonderful. And yet, I still don't know that I have discovered what really excites and delights me. It's almost like shocking to me. It does feel like there has to be some, there's tens of thousands of jobs that I'm not even aware of. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's so many jobs out there that we don't even realize are a thing. And so it's like, I guess I'm sitting here trying to think of, have you ever done that? Like trying to conjure up what would be the perfect job for you? And I think it's really hard because, again, it's like everything I kept thinking of really was to revolve around, I guess, the skill sets that I've cultivated. But I think they're due to the practices I do, due to the fact that I'm always trying to heal myself. Right? Like all the programs, all the, yoga practices and health, and all this stuff, it's all for me to feel good, which is wonderful. I'm glad I did all that. It was necessary. I had to do that to get to this space now of, okay, now what? And I find that interesting. Like, I'm wondering, does everybody feel that way? Right? Like, it just seemed like the natural thing to continue doing something like this, or do more of my children's books, or do more of whatever. And it's like, well, no, I don't know that that's, and we could argue because none of it's picked up. So it's like, well, it'll fade out. I don't know. It's probably partly that, but sometimes it's like, well, maybe because I'm meant to be doing something else entirely. Isn't it kind of funny? It's like, why is that such a hard question to answer? What would excite and delight you if you had no limits? And it's really hard because we tend to pull from our archives. We pull from what we know, right? We pull from what we know. Might be a good little practice to do for yourself. Might take me some time, but that might be something I try to focus on. Like during meditation or whatever, like open up to new ideas, new possibilities, things that, I know we talk about this all the time. I think that's why it's shocking to me, or almost comical to me, that, I think it's also that they're trying to challenge me, because I do go to the good old go-tos, or the familiar, or the, even though they might be somewhat new or a variation, it still seems to be under that problem-solving umbrella or self-help umbrella, and maybe enough of that, right? Like, doesn't seem to be necessarily picking up. And so it's like, when you're not having that engagement with others, or you don't see any mirror, any feedback, like we talk about, there's not the loop, then you're just pouring out you into a void with no reflection. It starts to drain you. So to reimagine is actually very exciting, but it's also quite challenging. There was something else. It wasn't like from fear, but it did feel like that. It felt like, what was it? It was everything I was... it was kind of fear. Like I was watching something tonight and it was talking about how to protect your energy, and it was talking about physics and like different practices. And as I was watching it, I was like, I'm so tired of hearing about this. And I'm like, the truth is, isn't that too... I'm not saying that people don't need to be aware. You know how I feel about all that. Nonetheless, it's like, it does feed into the fear mentality a little bit, right? And it's like, oh, am I watching this so that I have some form of protection? Protection from what? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, once you're aligned and you get good at doing that, it's like that other stuff is naturally in place, but you do have to learn a lot of that, I guess, to build up to that. I'm not discouraging any of it. I'm suggesting for me, it was like, I'm watching this because it's like one more thing of, it's like feeding into the fact that I need to fear or worry or protect it. It's like that, none of that feels good. And I'm really not even interested. I turned the video off. I was like, I'm not even interested in listening to the rest of this. And so I think it does become, it's like we fall into things for a reason, and they might excite us and delight us because they're accomplishing what we set out to do. Sorry, that's so annoying that washing bell is still going on. Is that not the longest fucking bell? Thank God. I think we get into things maybe because I'm sure people get into things because it excites them and delights them, but or because you're good at something, or it just is natural, or I forget what I was going to say when that damn bell went off. But I know for me, I think I fell into a lot of things because it excited me that there was a possibility of an answer, right, a way for me to feel better. But it wasn't exciting that it was, it's like new to discover because I had to learn all those tools. But do you see what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was pure joy or pure excitement. No, there was an alternative. Like, okay, I'm going to do these because it's going to help me feel better. It's going to help me learn this and that. Do you see what I'm saying? There was an alternative. It wasn't just pure joy. It wasn't for the love of it. Ironically enough, since we talk about that all the time, but that's interesting that they're having it correlate this way with even... your job, which is so true. It's so true when you're doing stuff you love. But I want to find that thing where it's not just moments. There was something else regarding that. Right? It's almost like learning in the moment, learning with what's in front of me. That's what it is, learning with what's in front of me versus choosing something to get excited about and diving into it. Fuck, that is definitely the difference. So what I mean by that is, the other thing we were talking about was when I was looking at all the possibilities and going over stuff that I've gotten into before, that it's excited me before, it was more, again, to help me with my current circumstances. So even when I had my daughter, I started taking all these parenting courses and all this stuff, and I loved it. But again, it was because I was trying to be that best version of me for my daughter for that time frame. It was, here's my current reality. Let's make this the best I can make it because I'm having some struggles. I'm bumping here and there. So I would learn about it and figure stuff out. And so that's what it is. It's always figuring stuff out, dealing with the current problems, the current reality. Right? So it's a lot of, I guess it's the idea of trying to manage your current reality or control your current reality, which is interesting, right? Like, I think a lot of us are doing that. I don't know that we're necessarily trying to control, but it is like manage and get through and get by and make it better and this and that. But is it... I mean, I hope that people also have a pure joy, which I do not. right? Like that, I think that had been the thing always and forever. It's so much time trying to heal or be better at X, Y, and Z, communication courses. I mean, you can't imagine all the programs I take. And it's all to better myself and my current reality. It's like, okay, well, none of this feels good. There still seems to be all these problems. So it's got to be me. Let's fix me. Let's look into this. Let's look into that. And always willing to dive in and do X, Y, and Z. And yet, again, it's like you can hear it's almost like now that I'm through it on the other side, it's like, oh, it's all the wrong way to go about it. It really is like find the thing you love. I just find it so like obnoxious that I talk about that all the time on here, and I mean it. And yet when I'm really diving deeper into me, it's like, well, I thought this was stuff I loved, which it is. I'm not discarding that. Again, I'm glad I did it. I needed to do it. I had to get to this point to get to this clarity, but this clarity of, well, fuck. Right? Like, it's almost like I don't have to do this anymore. Do you know what I mean? Not that I don't always need to heal, but I feel like I'm in a better place that it's like, okay, well, so what now? What's next? And it's like, well, oh, fuck, I don't know. It's like I've been looking for it without looking for it through this lens. I'm literally going through the archives of my mind and thinking of like, well, I love interior design now. I mean, everything I get over so quickly. There really doesn't seem to be. That is sad to me. I keep picturing, I think her name's Liz. It's, what's that show, Shrinking? And she's playing with her rocks. Because that was funny earlier. I was like, oh God, maybe I should start looking into rocks. Jesus. Yeah, it was the same idea. Do you know what show I'm talking about? I think it's on Apple. And she, I guess, just couldn't find herself. Like all of her identities had been stripped away. And so it was like, well, now what? And we spend most of our lives just doing what we need to do to get through, right? And to make it the best we can as we're getting through, right? It's like, let's improve this, let's improve that. And grateful that I could take the programs and try to be better at X, Y, and Z. But again, it's all to get through the current reality as best we can and enjoy it, but it's not like because you're thriving and excited and delighted and able to dive into something you truly love. No. And I think that probably does happen more than we realize, and we probably lie and convince ourselves that that's not the case. No, I love what I'm doing. I've always loved what I'm doing, and I can't get enough, or whatever people say, or it's their thing. They were always meant to do it. But is it feeding their soul? Is it really like saturating them? Like, is it just such an overflow of joy and excitement? Does that exist? I think it does. I think there's people that are. They're flashing me pictures of like singers. Like I think there's some singers that are just so talented in that, but also love it, right? Like they probably have always been like just belting out since they were little and really good at it and love it. And so thrilled that they get to do that. So I think there are professions where there are people who, I'm not saying everybody in those professions, I'm just saying I think there are some people who really find their place where it's like not only are they good at it, not only was it meant for them, not only whatever, but it really, really does light their soul. Meaning there's probably so many things that you're really good at, but do they light your soul? No, you're just really good at them. You've mastered a lot of things in your life for various reasons, but does that mean you just get lit up by them? No, no. Just because you're talented in so many things doesn't mean you love to do them. You maybe are talented or master them out of necessity for whatever varying reasons. But I think that's what happens. We just tend to get good at a lot of things out of necessity. And you might not realize it. You might not realize, well, I'm really good at this because I need it to be. And then you don't realize that, so you just think you're good at that, so you think you should go into that, so you go into that, but it's not lighting your soul. But we'll excuse it away, right? Like you'll hear a lot of people, even in self-help, like, oh, I got really good with reading somebody's body language or this or that because of childhood trauma or because of this or that. And so it's just the natural thing to go into it, which I hear you. That's what a lot of the things I've done, because it does feel like the natural next step or the natural best next logical step after you've done so much work, and that's what you spent your whole life doing. You might as well keep doing it. You understand it more now. And, the more you've healed yourself, the more you can offer it to others. So it's just the natural next step. You're now good at it, but you're good at it because you need it to be, because out of necessity. So you never got to you to discover you and what you really like to do. It's like now you're at an age where you have to earn an income and you have to whatever. And so you just use what you're good at and you call it your talents, or it was natural, or it was meant to be, or we do like to package it pretty to make ourselves feel better. And I do believe that we're doing it earnestly. I mean, I think a lot of the stuff I've done, I know the stuff I've done because I really have gotten good at it and I enjoy doing it. But again, it's all natural progression. And I'm standing in a space now, at a much more healed and whole space, realizing, well, fuck, I don't know what excites and delights me. All of that was due to necessity of healing and desiring to feel good and get back to me. But now that I'm back to me, who am I? What do I like to do? Well, I don't know. I've spent my whole life doing what I just said. And again, I think that's what happens with a lot of people. For whatever reason, they get good at a certain thing, likely out of necessity. They had to learn this or that or this or that. And as a result, they got really good at X, Y, or Z. And so it just was the natural next step to go into X, Y, or Z. And that's where they ended up. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that natural? Are they excited and delighted it's feeding their soul? Not at all. But we're not going to talk about that. Right? Like nobody wants to like really be honest about that. But if you asked me or said that to me even a year ago or 2 years ago, I would have said, no, I really am. Because this podcast has been very healing for me and beneficial for me. And it was a really great way for me to express my art and get it out and be unique and be me. And so maybe it's just a matter of, it's time for something new. Maybe that's all this is. But it is more than that. Very interesting. Yeah, I guess ask yourself, are you really honestly? But again, I guess it doesn't matter. I was just going to say, again, even if you asked me that 2 years ago, although 2 years ago I probably would have told you I still don't know, but I would have been happy enough. Because I was closer to me than I'd have been. We do keep getting closer to ourselves if we're doing that work. So it is forever evolving and changing. But I didn't have these lenses on at that point, or these lack of lenses at that point. I wasn't able to. It wasn't as clean and clear to see. That's interesting. All right, okay. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.